The following is a paid program. Talk 103.7 WTIP and Cable Channel 7 welcome you into Financially Speaking with Jim Taunton. Find us live on radio, TV, the IPX Media app, and on YouTube. Just search Financially Speaking NC or get the link at WTIPFM.com. The opinions expressed in this show are for general informational purposes only and not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine what investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, financial, or tax advisor prior to investing. Securities and investment advisory services are offered through Genoas Wealth Management Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Now, here's your host for Financially Speaking, certified financial advisor, Jim Taunton.
Welcome to Financially Speaking. Jim Taunton here, your host for the next 30 minutes. Glad you joined me. I'm actually alone tonight. Jameson is helping with practice Little League. You know, I haven't been live much the last month or so, and it's solely because of grandsons playing baseball. I've got two playing Little League, had two playing the machine pitch league, and so we were just passing each other, going from baseball field to baseball field. So Jameson's helping with practice. Little Leaguers are preparing for the city championship tournament. Always an exciting thing in Greenville. It actually is a big sporting event in Greenville. Has been for decades. So looking forward to that. But anyway, it's just Jim tonight. So I'd love to have a call from you. Need some company. And you can call me with any financially related question, and I'll try to answer it for you. And the number is 561-TALK, 561-8255, 561-8255. It looks like we're going to get some long-waited-for rain. As a matter of fact, it was looking really rainy right before the program went on. Got pretty dark. But that's not the rain that they've been talking to us about. It's a tropical depression. The remnants of it we're going to be getting starting in about 3 hours, I believe, and going all the way probably through the night. And he's predicting, I think, 1 to 2 inches of rain. That would be a really good thing for my grass. I can assure you my grass is crunchy right now. And you don't want your grass to be crunchy or brown. So if we get 1 to 2 inches of rain, that won't do it all, but it'll certainly help. So I hope it doesn't mess up your plans, but man, do we really need it. All right, we're going to go to a quick break, come back, and I'll start with disseminating the information I have put together, which is good information, but I'd much rather talk to you. So call during the break. We'll take your call first when we come back. And again, the number is 561-8255, 561-8255. And if you call with a question, your name goes into the drawing for the Identifitude Atavola, and I'll even pay the tip. See you in a couple minutes.
Aiden Golf and Country Club invites you to become a member. Come tour our beautiful clubhouse, ballroom, and facilities. For a quality golf experience, sign up for our discounted special membership rates, low monthly dues with no quarterly food minimum or assessments. Folks love to play golf at Aiden Golf and Country Club. Cool off at the pool all summer. Enjoy excellent food and beverages from the snack bar. Even store your own cart, unless you like to walk. Call 746-3389 for special limited membership rates at the Aiden Golf and Country Club.
My practice has been built on accessibility, responsiveness, and a willingness to be proactive for my clients. I'm not afraid to make recommendations relating to your investments and planning. I do hope all of your financial decisions are good ones, but let's not rely on hope. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work.
Jim has attained 3 professional designations: Certified Financial Planner, Chartered Life Underwriter, and Chartered Financial Consultant. which entails 20 courses of study with examinations and a comprehensive national board exam, administered by the Certified Financial Planning Board. Jim has been practicing in financial services since 1979, which includes investing, planning, and insurance to help you meet your financial goals. Among the many awards Jim has received in his career is his selection to the Guide of the Top Financial Planners by the Consumer Research Council of America. So if you want to work with someone who is working for you, call Jim at 756-4700 or email him at planning@financiallyspeaking.com. That's 756-4700 and planning@financiallyspeaking.com.
Okay, our producer, Mr. Phillips, says we don't have a caller, so I'll continue with the monologue, much to my chagrin. But please call anytime if a question pops in your mind. Much rather talk to you about something that you feel is important or pertinent to you personally. And the number is 561-TALK, 561-8255, 561-8255. And if you call, again, your name goes into the drawing for the dinner for two at Altavola. I'll even pay the tip. One of the best places in Greenville to eat, I can assure you. I ate there at least once, sometimes twice in a week. And yes, this is the only program that I've ever seen or heard where you can win something by asking a question. You don't have to answer a question. So there you go. If you were one of those that panicked yesterday and you sold positions, good equity positions in good companies that have had good earnings, and there are so few exceptions to good earnings, I would dare say that if you sold something, it probably had good earnings. And the earnings releases just have been phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. One of the best earnings seasons we have ever had in this country. So if you allowed emotions to drive your investment decisions, which is a huge no-no, and you sold yesterday, you have missed out. We had a very, very good bounce today in the market. And there are several things that I'm looking at that are really positive for where we are right now. Number one, Treasury yields are down. Treasury yields are down because inflation is ebbing. Jim, why is inflation ebbing? Because the inevitable happened. There was a signed agreement to end this military conflict, and oil prices tumbled. I don't know if you realize it, and it probably hasn't affected the gas prices yet, but oil prices are where they were over a year ago. In other words, they're below where they were at the beginning of this military action against Iran. Below. And guess what? That's going to trickle through just like the higher prices did, and prices on things will be coming down. Inflation will be coming down, and it'll just be a domino effect. GDP is just, the growth of GDP is just phenomenal. You know, I predicted before this year ever started that we might hit 6%. 5% is almost in the bag. And we could hit 6% GDP growth, which is incredible, especially considering all things. I mean, look at the context. And the context is everything that's happening economically, financially, geopolitically. So oil prices are below where they were when the Iran conflict started. Kevin Warsh, the new Fed chairman, had his first meeting with the FOMC. And he is, you keep watching Warsh. He is remaking the Fed. He's doing some things that have been talked about for years that people never had the political will to do. He's doing them. And it's going to be a big, big, big benefit to the U.S. economy, because we'll have military policy that's forward-looking and not reactive only, which we've needed for a long time. So the strong relief rally today was based on Treasury yields down, inflation down, oil prices down. Kevin Warsh's first Fed meeting was a hit. And things are looking really good. So yesterday the reactors sold. Today the investors came back in and bought positions that those reactors sold because they were on sale. Life is good. Life is good. All right. I've got something I wanted to share with you because it was just astounding to me. If you've listened to this program fairly consistently over the years, and I say years, started this program October of 94. So this coming October will make 32 years I have been on the air. I don't know why I keep doing it. I know you're asking that question. It's just, I enjoy educating people and enjoy talking with people. My real pleasure is talking to callers and answering their questions, just like when we sit down with clients in the office and we're able to turn the light on, the light bulb comes on over their head and they start smiling and say, oh, okay, wow, I'm not as bad off as I thought I was. That's a good thing. But listen to this headline. Fidelity, Vanguard, and BlackRock, the three largest money managers in the country and in the world, three of the largest in the world, the three largest in this country, are putting annuities inside their 401ks that they administer. Why? Why are they doing that? They're betting you want pension-like income, not guesswork at retirement. Wow. How about that? They're finally coming to the table. I've talked about variable annuities in particular on this program for decades. And I can tell you that when you use variable annuities, especially with qualified money, it has been like swimming against the tide of regulatory agencies, as well as the national types that have the platforms on television and radio. You know, they would just follow the typical speak and be anti-annuity because that was what was in vogue. That's what you're supposed to do, you know, as a national type advisor. And I've tried to give you real information based on facts, based on my experience, so that you can make decisions about things with that and not with somebody's ranting. And over the years, I've told you that I use variable annuities quite a bit with rollovers from 401ks and other qualified retirement plans. I try not to put all of it, and certainly not a large percentage, and I'd love to do usually about a 50-50. It just depends on their need for income. But what a variable annuity does, and I've told you on this program before, it's what I call Prozac for your retirement. Some of you know what that means and some don't. Prozac is a drug that they prescribe for individuals that have anxiety and trouble going to sleep, things like that. It's a relaxer. And so variable annuities are a relaxer, a relaxer drug for people that are retiring. Why, Jim? Because variable annuities are able to provide a pension-like income from your money assets coming from a 401k. And most of you have a 401k, and you know that while the money's in the 401k, it's invested, you're blowing in the market breezes, and you can go way down, you can go up, but most people have done really well with 401ks. 401ks have made more millionaires than any other one thing. It was a good thing, and it's a good thing that you've got one, and you're getting a little matching from your employer. Good thing. Nothing wrong with them at all. But the sub-accounts, first of all, you're very constrained and constricted in a 401k. You have maybe 12 to 15 sub-accounts that you can choose from. You put percentages of your money in each one. And it's just not enough diversification. It's not enough variety. You don't have the availability to enough different managers. Matter of fact, sometimes, if like a Vanguard is administering your 401k, all you have in there is Vanguard sub-accounts. Well, Vanguard's good, but they're not the end-all, be-all to everyone. So what a variable annuity does, when we put a lump sum in a variable annuity, we add what's called a living benefit rider, and that's what they're talking about in this article, what Fidelity, Vanguard, and BlackRock are all doing now. I mean, it wasn't long ago, folks, that Fidelity, Vanguard, and BlackRock would thumb their nose at variable annuities. I mean, they would write articles and publish them in national magazines. I've seen them, I've read them over the years, that were anti-annuity, period. Just keep in mind, too, when you say annuity, there are umpteen different kinds of annuities. There are some that I don't use in my practice, that I thumb my nose at, for that matter. But certainly we have used some fixed annuities, and we've used a lot of variable annuities. But those three money managers over the years have been extremely negative on annuities, especially with qualified money, because an annuity is a tax-deferred vehicle, even if you put non-qualified or after-tax money in it, that what you earn is not taxed. So they've always said, well, you're doubling up on the tax benefit. You don't need to put a tax-deferred and a tax-sheltered, because variable annuities do have more cost internally than, say, an advisory account, which we do a lot of those as well, which is a fee-only investment account where we're managing the money for a percentage of the account value. But what you're paying for with that extra expense in the variable annuity are guarantees, guarantee of lifetime income. And if you are usually the age of 65, and each one's different, I hate to even throw out numbers, but the guaranteed income typically after 65 is 5.25%. Some I've seen as high as 6%. And that's a guaranteed income for life. So even if the money that you've got invested in the sub-accounts inside that variable annuity, let's say we went into a 30-year bear market, which has never happened, not even close, and you and your advisor fell asleep at the wheel, never made a change, and you're withdrawing money systematically in the form of that income, yes, that account value could go to zero. But guess what? That income will not go down. In a variable annuity with the living benefit rider, it can only go one direction. The income can go up. It can maintain where it is, or it can go up, but it cannot go down or go away. And that sounds like a pension. It's not a pension, it's a variable annuity, but it acts like a pension. It smells like a pension. It looks like a pension. So you're pensionizing, just part of your money that you've accumulated in your 401k. I'm going to read you a few quotes from this article. And it's just amazing the turnaround that these managers have done. Listen to this. Now, this was written, this is out of MoneyWise, written by Eric Esposito, dated June 13th of 2026. If you crave more predictability when you retire, a trending 401k plan option could be the answer to your prayers. They're saying that a variable annuity could be the answer to your prayers. It's just incredible to hear this from these three managers. More of America's largest investment firms are shaking up the standard target date fund model, which I detest. I don't like target date sub-accounts, and most 401ks have those, to offer guaranteed lifetime returns. Well, that's I don't know if I'd put returns there, because it doesn't guarantee a return on your money. It guarantees an income stream. Traditionally, these 401ks simply transferred your growth-oriented stocks into bonds as you approach retirement. That's target date funds or sub-accounts. With this new breed of 401ks, you can get to add a popular life insurance product to your portfolio, annuities. Yes, annuities are offered by an insurance company. They are they're not the money manager. They don't manage the sub-accounts. Outside firms manage, even Vanguard, Fidelity, and BlackRock could be managing some sub-accounts inside your variable annuity. But the insurance company actually provides the guarantees and creates the statements and that sort of thing. Fidelity is the latest investment firm to introduce this new way to save the Freedom Lifetime. To save with Freedom Lifetime. And listen to this. In a press release about the announcement, Molly Cunningham, Fidelity's head of workplace, Lifetime Financial Help, said, our priority was to maximize the value of lifetime income while keeping the participant and plan sponsor experience simple and easy to adopt. Wow. It's just astounding. It probably is. You're sitting there going, what's the big deal, Jim? Well, if you've been in my shoes over the years and read what I've read, listened to what I've listened to from these people, it's just phenomenal. It would be like the Texas head football coach pregame saying something to the effect, yeah, we're just going to have to admit it that Alabama's got a better program than we have. I mean, you'd fall out on the floor if that was said. This is similar. It's up there. Now, here's what makes the variable annuities with the living benefit riders so good. The guarantee income on these riders is, again, if you're 65 or older, somewhere but 5 to 5.25. Typically, the best thing to do is run an illustration, which we always do, and take a look at it and see what it does for you. And don't make a decision until you talk a lot with an advisor and look at illustrations and make decisions that way. But let's just say it's 5%. Well, if you're in just a pure investment account with your retirement money, something like a 401k, if you left it with your employer in the 401k, there are no guarantees provided. So most economists and financial experts will tell you that you shouldn't make withdrawals on a systematic basis of more than 3.5% to 4%, which is true. Well, if you have a variable annuity providing income and the income is guaranteed for life at 5, then I'm comfortable with 5%. You do know it takes less capital to create the same amount of income at 5% than it does at 3.5 to 4. So it actually would leave some money on the side, maybe sheltered in an advisory account for emergencies and opportunities, for growth, for inheritance. So it just opens up all kinds of options for you. And I've always said the happiest people in the world are people with options. So I think it gives you lots of really good options. So Fidelity, Vanguard, and BlackRock is right about this. They are right. It's just a shame they couldn't have been right 30 years ago like we were. But anyway, if you have an advisor already, or if you don't, let's say that you're with an employer and you've accumulated a good sum in your 401k and you're nearing retirement. Maybe you're within 3 or 4 years. We call the red zone for retirement. Let's get together and talk. Just talk. Bring your statement. Let me tell you what we do with money and how it works, and let's get you to a comfort level. Let's let the fog lift and give you enough understanding so that you have some peace about the decisions, and then get you where you need to be. That's just that simple. Let me give you some contact information, and everybody's listening right now. If you'd like to sit down with us, and that's Jameson and myself, we'd love to chat with you and just see if we can be a benefit or service to you. First time we meet is no cost or obligation whatsoever. The phone number at the office is 756-4700. Of course, it's area 252. 756-4700. And our email is jim@jtauntonfinancial.com. That's mine, jim@jtauntonfinancial.com. Jameson's is jameson@financiallyspeaking.com. Long story. So send us an email. Great way to contact us. Also, our website, which is a good place to go before you ever meet with us. You can find out much about Jim and Jameson. And our website is jtauntonfinancial.com. And you can find out more than you need to know probably about Jim and Jameson. And there's even a broker check button there you can click. It goes directly to the FINRA, the regulatory agency, and it pulls us up, and it'll show if we've ever had any complaints, findings, anything against us over our years. And I can tell you that over my 46, soon to be 7 years, not one complaint, not one finding. That is highly unusual. Very proud of that, actually. Every meeting I've ever been to, they say no matter if you do everything right, at some point somebody's going to get mad enough at you to, file a complaint. And there you go. Not so far, but it could come. All right, we're at the end of the program, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and maybe next week Jameson will be back on. Depends really on what happens in this city championship tournament. His son could still be playing, but we'll see. If not, I'll be here anyway, just like the old days. And as always, this is Jim Taunton helping you make all of your financial decisions good ones. Good night, everybody.